Welcome into the Main Event Broadcasting Network. I'm Timmy McCormack, Director of Athletic Communications here at Piedmont College. We'll be sitting down today with head women's lacrosse coach Emily Jacquette to talk a little bit about the upcoming 2016 women's lacrosse season here at Piedmont College. Coach Jacquette, thanks for joining us here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you jumping off the practice field for a few minutes to step in and talk with us a little bit.
It's a little warmer in here.
It's a little bit warmer, especially today.
Yeah.
First, we want to congratulate you. We had a story come out, of course, earlier this winter talking about kind of a unique relationship with a lot of our coaches in the top 50 winningest coaches in the country. You're a part of that group, along with there were four coaches, of course, our retiring volleyball coach, Sid Feldman, our women's soccer coach, Stephen Andrew, and our softball coach, Terry Martin, and then yourself. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. I was quite surprised to be a part of that story, so it's quite an honor.
Well, our research and development team does a great job here of finding out that statistic, but they one of four schools in the country to have a coach in the top 50 in all those sports. Talk a little bit about, kind of the camaraderie amongst the coaching staff here at Piedmont College and what that means to be a part of that group.
Our coaching staff here just has a lot of passion for what we do, and I think that's something that really connects all of us. We want our student athletes to be successful on the field. We have an administration that supports us in every way possible, and I think that that's what makes it easier for us to be successful at this school. And we all have had a different journey for how we got to Piedmont, but it's the support that we have for each other day in and day out that I think helps us be successful at our jobs.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you talk about that. Of course, one of the members of the four, Sid Feldman, 42 years of coaching experience. Everybody's kind of at a different stage of their career in the coaching aspect, but a very unique time for all of you to be here at once at Piedmont College. We've been happy to have, of course, everybody, and then with the retirement of Sid Feldman, it's been quite an era for Piedmont to go through.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about your team. Upcoming schedule. The home opener is a good one against Sewanee here at home. It should be a fantastic matchup. It was a great matchup last year. It really seems in the 2016 schedule that you have gone out of your way to make sure that you have scheduled tough opponents. And having one of those at home should be a great contest for fans to see. But talk a little bit about how you've gone about that process as far as getting better teams on the schedule, teams that really will challenge your team that have been in the NCAA tournament before, and then specifically Sewanee in that home opener, and how exciting that'll be for the fans.
So now we're into the fourth year of our program, so we feel like we're more mature than we were 4 years ago, and we have a lot of depth, a lot of maturity, and we feel confident now that we want to challenge ourselves and play tougher games. And Sewanee's a great example of a team that always has great athletes, has been very successful in the SAA conference, and we kind of have created a great competition with them. I think last year when we went into that game, we were both undefeated.
Right.
I think we only lost that game maybe by 2 goals. That was a tough game. And so we know, both of us playing each other, that we're going to have a great competitive game that's going to make both our teams better. It's great to be able to play earlier in the season because we learn from that game and are able to carry that into the rest of our regular season. So I'm excited about the opportunity for us to play more challenging games throughout the entire season, opening with Rhodes, opening our season on the road with Rhodes, who won the SAA conference last year. They're a new opponent for us. And so it's great for us to have so much talent in the southern region, which didn't exist 10 years ago.
Right.
And certainly when we started our program, it's come a long way. And so now our girls are ready. They're ready to see what they're made of, and we believe in their talent and their capabilities. And we're going to get off to a good start here.
Well, and I think without a doubt, most fans would point to last year's matchup with Meredith College here at home, which was another exciting game that you guys came out on top of. It was a really good moment for women's lacrosse, I think, in the South, but especially to see programs going at it like that are really at the top of the game is really impressive to see, especially for the home fans here at Piedmont. Now, some games that some of the home fans may not go and see, but you have a very interesting trip and a unique one coming up where you take a trip out to the Pacific Northwest to play 3 teams that have a combined record of 35-11. Talk a little bit about that, Puget Sound, George Fox, Pacific, that trip up to the Northwest, and what that means for your student athletes.
So we're really excited. This is the first year that we are able to take a real spring break trip and kind of combine a great adventure of going to a part of the country that a lot of our kids have never been to, while also playing 3 really competitive teams when we go out west. I mean, obviously we're still in season. We want to make sure that we're being challenged, and spring break gives us the opportunity to play a lot of games in in that week's time frame. So we're excited about the competition, but what I'm most excited about is the experience that we're going to be able to provide to our players. We have girls that have never been on an airplane, so this will be the first time that they've flown before. And, you know, it's about really creating some great memories. This is the first senior class that we've had, and I'm really excited about giving our entire team the opportunity to have new experiences while also being competitive. So for us, this is going to be a really exciting trip, and we're planning on winning some games when we're out there and coming back a better team than when we left.
Absolutely. I think it's comforting to hear for all the green and gold faithful that you're not going to be busing it all the way out to the Pacific Northwest. That's fantastic news.
Yeah.
Getting on the plane and heading out there will be great. You just mentioned, you talk a little about this is your first senior class. You know, the names coming back are so common amongst households who have followed Piedmont women's lacrosse, but there are too many to name, and it's been really an impressive class who's done a great thing. I think it's 40-9, the record that you guys have, I believe, over your time here at Piedmont College. A really impressive start for them. What is it going to mean for them to go through their senior year here with you in the fourth year now, and talk a little bit about their experiences and what this is going to be like for their season?
Well, we've been talking a lot about where we started and where we want to finish, and the journey that it's taken for us to get to this place. I mean, when you start a program from scratch, you always start with a big freshman class, and then as the years go on, kids tend to fall off, and I always call the survivors or the ones that make it to their senior year, and we've had a really big group of seniors who have survived the journey that has been our program for the last 3 years, and they have been crucial to the success that we've had, not only on the field but in the classroom, and really for the reputation for our program in the area and nationally. So I couldn't be more proud of the work that they've done. We would not be where we are now if it wasn't for them, but we haven't finished what we started.
Right.
So that's our mission this year.
That's the goal, I understand. And the senior class is very focused on that. Of course, you return a ton of talent. A lot of your top scorers coming back in the mix are Maggie McDaniel, Alexis Narducci, Mackenzie Douglas. They're, like I said, too many to name that have been so successful on the offensive end. You bring back a starting goalkeeper as well with a lot of experience. You know, talk a little bit about how much it's going to mean to have that much experience on the field for you here in 2016.
Well, we've been talking a lot the last couple of weeks about maturity and what the value of maturity is when you're on the field and wanting to be successful. And so this group has continued to mature, and we're ready. We're ready to take on more responsibility. We're ready to challenge ourselves in ways we've never been challenged, because we have an ultimate goal, and that's to finish what we started. And so I think they've bought into that. They're doing the work. We've been practicing now for 2 weeks, and I'm impressed with the work and the effort that our entire team is bringing to the table every day. And so one day at a time, we're just plugging away, getting ready for that first game. Absolutely.
And when the cold weather has allowed, you guys haven't been out on the practice field a little bit. You know, speaking of new challenges, but also new players, you know, many fans are kind of interested to see what the new faces look like here for Piedmont Women's Lacrosse in 2016. Has anybody that's been new to the roster kind of stood out to you a little bit in practice, having a couple good days?
Molly Simon is a transfer that came in from Lee's McRae College. She's a sophomore, and she's a great athlete. She's buying into everything that we're teaching and everything that we're implementing, and she's very adaptable, very versatile, and very much committed to helping her team be successful. We have a new freshman keeper as well, in Maddie Keaton, and she's doing a great job of doing the work every day in practice and challenging Blake, and every day they're able to be partners and work together to get better. And so it's great for us to have a little bit more depth in the goalie position as well.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it, Coach. Can't wait to see the season get started. Thanks for joining us here.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks again for joining us here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network as we sat down with head women's lacrosse coach Emily Jacquette to talk a little bit about the upcoming 2016 season. It all starts on Friday, February 5th for the Lady Lions as they travel to Memphis, Tennessee to take on the last year's SAA champion, Rhodes College. The home opener comes your way on Sunday, February 21st against Sewanee at 11 a.m. with live coverage provided by the Main Event Broadcasting Network. We'll see you next time.